Hey there, it's David Cinelli here.
And Ariana and I.
We're with Royal LePage Signature. We are continuing with Fast Talk Fridays.
Yep, another one.
This is part two of your 6 sellers questions. These are questions as a seller you should be asking the realtor that you're interviewing, and you want to make sure you have all of these questions answered before you decide who to go with. Okay, so we're going to start with, we've already did 1, 2, 3 last, and then Ariana's going to start off with number 4. What's the number 4 question you should be asking?
So big one, everybody always asks this, what is the commission? Who does it go to? So as a seller, it's really important to know that you are paying the commission to both the listing brokerage and the buying brokerage. Usually it's split 50-50, but again, not always the case.
And don't forget, you have to add HST onto that as well.
Exactly, yeah, and very important what's included in that. So some realtors, if you're listing, might include the staging, the cleaning, the home inspection. With others, as a seller, you may have to pay on top of the commission for those types of services. So it's really important that you know what you're signing up for.
Absolutely, yeah. This way you can also compare, it's harder, you can't really compare agents to other agents, apples to apples, but you want to know what it's going to cost you in the long run. Are you coming out and you have to pay anything up front? Is there any risk? What happens if the listing doesn't sell? Who covers costs? Those kinds of things you're going to want to know, because in the end of the day, like again, we don't all have the same listing packages. Some agents do one set and they do ad hoc. Anyway, it gets pretty much, it gets kind of like all over the place. So yeah, everybody does different. The number 5 question you want to know is, what's happening in the market, right? That will determine basically what your value of your price of your home is worth. You're going to want to know things like, are there a lot of listings? Is it a seller's market? Is it a buyer's market? What do you think is going to happen in the next few months? What is traditionally happening during this time? Average sale price of properties in my neighborhood across. Anyway, you want to know what is happening in the market, because again, you want to time the market to make sure that if you're selling, you're going to get the top dollar. Well, if you're going to be, selling in a market where usually we're on a downturn, you might want to think, again, maybe wait a few months until the market is back up. So the timing of the market really, really does matter, and your agent should know how to answer that question. And number 6?
Yeah, so that leads into number 6. What is your home worth? Ultimately, you want to know that you're listing your home at the right price. So whether you're listing it a little bit lower to start a bidding war, or whether you're listing it right at the price that you want to receive off the bat, that's something that you have to decide with your realtor. And what's going on in the market definitely impacts that. And as realtors, we'll do our best to try and say what we think your home is worth within a range. So we'll look at comparable properties that are either for sale now or have sold recently within the last 3 to 6 months, and we'll try to find properties as similar as possible to try and come up with this valuation.
Yeah. And as also, we've said this before, and like when I give an evaluation of a property, not all realtors do this, but if you're buying and selling, we like to give a range because we want you to go with the lower end of the range because it's a conservative number. Therefore, you can have confidence when you're buying, that's the least amount you're going to get. So anything more than that is just money in your pocket. It's gravy on top of that. So we also want to give you the range and say, yeah, you probably could get out of that, but hey, let's slow down the jets. If all of the stars get aligned, you could get this. But what happens, because we can't predict if, for example, they come on and they say the interest rates are dropping tomorrow, and all of a sudden the market stops, and then we're trying to mitigate that as well. So yeah, so those are the 6 sellers questions. Hopefully this was entertaining for you guys. It was fun for us. And if you have any topics you want us to say, but as we said, this is a lot of Fast Talk Fridays, things we see on the job and things that we find people should know, like the 6 sellers questions you should be asking. We figured most people would know those, but again, not everybody does. So if you want to there's something you want us to talk about, you can reach out to either one of us. Have a wonderful day.